You talk about that small margin for error in a game like this. Does it feel like that? I mean, just that you could go back and look at one pitch or one error was kind of the difference in the game.
Yeah, I mean, that third inning, we walk 3 guys and hit a guy. Matt Moore came in and obviously did a great job to keep us in the game there, and could have got out of hand. But it's a 1-run game, and make it silly, just play catch to first base, and basically give them a free run at that point. We lose by 1. So, I mean, those 2 plays, honestly, we just gave them 2 free runs. That's the margin sometimes. And I thought outside of that, we actually did a decent job. Matty came in, and the bullpen did a great job. Outside of the one freebie, guys came in, and Berkey gave up a homer, but so what? He challenged the guy. Those things are going to happen. But the offense, kind of battled through, and we just 1 run short because we, made a few mistakes out there.
Dane hasn't had a lot of outings like that. Did you notice something just being a little off today?
Yeah, you could tell there's a little bit. Listen, that second inning was, 4 straight hits and, ground balls, 2 of them not real hard. The other 2 are pretty hard. They're just, a lot of middle mistakes, the last 2 guys. And then uncharacteristically, Dane doesn't walk too many guys. To go 3 in a row right there, something was a little off, obviously, and especially after we just scored 3. Because Dane's such a competitor, I know that there's I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. It was a little odd to see that. We've got to be better.
It felt like at one stretch this season, the pitching pretty much kept you guys in almost every game. The offense kind of kept you guys in every game this weekend. Is that just kind of both evening out a little bit, or would you attribute that to anything?
Yeah, no, I think our pitching's been pretty good all year. Those last couple spots in the rotation, somebody's got to step up and give us some innings there, give us some quality innings, to be honest with you. And it's the bullpen. We can't ride our bullpen like we did today. They're really good, but you keep doing that to them, it's going to hurt them. So, I think pitching's been pretty good the whole time. Our offense is starting to kick it up. You'd like both to kind of click on all cylinders. I don't think they quite have all year. We still got a lot of games left, and hopefully at some point they do, where we just kind of right the ship on the, outside of Martin and, John Gray. If we can just get those other guys to just be consistent quality starts, with the way the bullpen's thrown, we'll be in good shape the way our offense is hitting right now.
We've talked a lot about Marcus and Corey all weekend, but how would you evaluate the offense in July as a whole? Everybody 1 through 9 seems to be pretty good.
Yeah, it's better. I just think a lot of things are kind of coming, together in a way, and I think the group is actually coming together. A lot of guys are, really good ball talk in the dugout, really good preparation before the games. The meetings have been good. The just consistency in the at-bats have been pretty good, and, we're putting pressure on a lot of teams. And I just, you knew that was going to happen. Certain guys have a track record of hitting, they're going to hit. I think everybody's kind of feeding off of that. But we expect to score out every time we go out there, and every inning, we want to put pressure on teams. So it's nice to see. We just got to keep it going. And like I said, we have a ton of games left to go, and we just got to keep putting pressure on teams.
With Josh, he had a 3-run double and then battled Duffy in the 9th. What is it about Josh that makes him such a difficult at-bat for pitchers?
Man, he's a really good hitter. I think he's got a little old school in him as far as just the grittiness of the at-bat, but he's got the new school approach where he doesn't chase. So he's kind of a old new school kind of player. He's tough. He fights. He's not afraid to get jammed. He does all the things that we talk about, but he also doesn't expand the strike zone, and that's pretty unique because a lot of guys that fight like that, they tend to, foul balls off that are balls, and he just refuses to swing at balls, and he works at it. He believes in it, but also you could see the at-bat quality, the path, the swing itself is. He gives himself a chance on a lot of different pitches. He's got a lot of solutions for what the guys are throwing nowadays. The velo, the ball's moving down, doesn't really matter because of the swing path itself. But then you couple that with the toughness of the at-bat. That's why he gets on base all the time.
Game questions? Everybody? Okay.
I don't know how many guys pitch for as long as Martin has and then are named an all-star later in their career. How much more special does that make it for this to be his first time to get selected?
Yeah, and I mean, listen, I know he'll come in and probably talk about it, but, I've talked about Martin a lot. this year, and what he means to our team and just the organization. You know, and I kind of saw that from spring training. He's in a really good headspace, you know, to start camp. Had some really good conversations with him, the things that he values, the things that we value, and you could tell there was like a common, you know, bond there, honestly. You know, just talking with the catchers and our pitching coaches, and you could tell, hey, man, this guy's he looks good right now. His body was in great shape. The stuff looked good. The way he talked about pitching, the way he could execute in bullpens, you saw that in spring training, and you just say, man, this he might have a really good year. You know, a lot of guys went out of their way to tell me that. And then to see the results, obviously, has been fantastic. And then just talking to him just about his, you know, his big league career, you know, starting here and how he's gone the ups and downs and had really good years, really good moments, and, you know, not so good ones, and put it all together this year. And where he's at is, I'm really proud of him, because he's put a lot of work in to get to this point, and to be 10 years in your career and you get your first All-Star game is pretty special.
You obviously have some affinity for Jose Trevino, having had him, and congratulations to him for making the All-Star team.
Course,
but how do you reconcile that your guy with significantly more plate appearances, home runs, all of that, doesn't make the team?
Yeah, listen, I mean, I'm really proud of Jose, and Jose and I are really, you know, he's dear to me. You know, him and Jonah are obviously extremely dear to me, just from what they do every day in the catching position. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to pit one against the other. I'm just going to speak on Jonah's behalf, and you know, the numbers kind of speak for themselves, in my opinion. You know, everything he's done offensively has been phenomenal. Probably one of the best hitting catchers in the game. You know, I know Contreras on the National League side and Kirk on the American League side have had phenomenal years, but you know, you can put him up there against those guys, or just right below him, honestly, with the numbers. So, and then what he does on the catching side, you know, he's been tremendous. So, you know, he's been a complete package. And not only that, but like, he started the year off as a backup catcher. And I don't know if they read into storylines like that, but for a guy to kind of do that, start off in that role, and then kind of with Garver's injury, accept the starting role and take off from there, has been really proud of Jonah. Obviously made a note to him to make sure that, like, hey man, like, you know, I feel like he's a little bit robbed, but at the same time, like, you know, keep doing what you're doing. Sometimes All-Star games don't define you. You look at some really good players, just because their first half wasn't as good, you still got a whole second half to go. Be the, you know, all MLB team by the end of the year. You know, just keep getting better. And I think that's he deserves it, though. He does deserve the All-Star bid.
With Martin, I guess looking back to spring training, could you have even predicted even your, you know, most hopeful, optimistic ways that he would be as good as he has been and make the All-Star team?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like, honestly, that's what I was kind of getting to. It was just like the conversations I had with him were really special conversations, man, especially with what we're trying to accomplish here and where we're trying to get the entire team, the entire organization to. It's he was all in. He was all in, just with the mindset and understanding how to get there. And you could see it in his outings and his bullpens, and just his frame of mind was, everything was like leading towards that. You just never know how things are going to shape out, obviously. But for a guy that's had that kind of, you know, career, and he's 10 years into his career, and just kind of, like I said, he put so much time and effort into so many areas of his life and in his career, that to see it all come together like it has this year. And listen, I told him, I said, we got a whole second half to go. This is a huge accomplishment, but we got to, you know, keep pushing forward and finish this thing off. But yeah, you could definitely see it coming. Sometimes you just never know how it's going to play out.
Thank you.
You got one of them?